We know that makeup artists understand priming, which is an often overlooked step, has incredible impact on the look and wear of your makeup. It helps prevent smudging, creasing, and disappearing product throughout the day. That's why we've been working on extending this important category for the last few years. Recently launching 4 shades of tinted primer SPF 30, and now we're bringing in 2 new additions. Priming is now personalized, starting with mattifying primer. Because oil production varies in individuals, we knew we needed a primer that was designed specifically for oily, shine-prone clients to help eliminate shine, help minimize the appearance of large pores and fine lines. Mattifying primer took years to develop and many formula versions. It reminds me of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Some were not mattifying enough, some mattified too much, they felt tight, dry on the skin, product wouldn't move. But finally, we got it just right. A balance of a formula that instantly mattifies, helps to control shine throughout the day, works with all Glow Minerals-based formulas while perfecting the skin's appearance under foundation. A few of the featured ingredients, it has kaolin clay for oil absorption, silicone, which is a very standard primer ingredient because of its line filling capabilities, and glycerin, which is water binding. I should also mention that it's a water-based formula, and when you put it on the skin, instantly there's a little bit of a cooling sensation, and it's actually because of the water in the formula that provides that experience. To apply mattifying primer, you can focus on the entire face or just areas of excess oil production, whether it's the entire T-zone or just the nose or chin. We recommend to distribute a small amount on the back of your hand and then lightly apply using your fingertips in sections. Because of the mattifying nature of the formula, we do not recommend applying it with a brush. And it should be noted that you can just lightly pat a small amount of product on top of makeup throughout the day if you need a midday de-shining touch-up. And next up is Shadow Primer. It will help you create a vibrant eye statement that lasts. Our existing lid primer is a truly corrective cream formula. Not everybody needs that or wants it. So we developed Shadow Primer as a feather-light, silky formula. It glides on for lasting crease-free, smudge-proof staying power while intensifying eyeshadow color. Some of the featured ingredients are a combination of flexible binding emollients, isododecane and synthetic beeswax. These help create that smooth, even canvas and then bond with eyeshadow to prevent fallout and creasing and intensify pigment. It also includes mica to provide light reflection. And you'll see that it initially has a beige tone, but this color melts into skin and sets invisibly, so it's appropriate for all skin tones. To apply Shadow Primer, start with a clean lid. You'll lightly apply a small amount from lash line to brow bone using your fingertips, the texture eye brush, or camouflage brush. Now keep in mind a little goes a long way, so the size of a grain of rice should be more than enough for the entire lid. I'd like to take a moment to revisit the opening text for this segment. Priming is now personalized. That's huge and something that we cannot miss. With these 2 new additions in the primer category, we have an incredible offering for all oil production levels. This does not mean one level of oil production or one primer option per person. Think about your own skin. More than likely, you have some areas that are drier and some areas that have excess oil production. You may have some visible pores or some areas with fine lines, or maybe even pigmentation concerns. All of this on one face. It's kind of crazy and would be asking way too much of one primer to fit the bill. Now think back to 2015 when multi-masking became popular for home care. Those of us that are skin therapists have multi-masked for years in the treatment room, giving each area of the face exactly what it needs to most benefit it. Now Glow is taking that same idea into priming. Anyone can prime like a pro with Glow's signature block priming technique. So not only do we have 2 new product additions, but we have an entirely new priming technique that no one else is doing. If Viewing the face in block segments allows you to zero in on the perfect primers for your skin's specific needs. Glow's block priming technique sections the face into 5 areas: the forehead, nose, chin, which includes the mouth area, that moves out to the cheeks and ends at the eyes. And as you're looking at each block segment, you're just really talking to the client and viewing what's typically there. On the forehead, you may see or the client may complain about visible shine and or pores. If so, mattifying primer is going to be a great option. If there's light midday shine, maybe freckling or hyperpigmentation, tinted primer with its light tint and SPF, it's going to be a great choice. If there's dryness, visible expression lines, either tinted primer or face primer. For the nose, you may see shine, congestion or blackheads, and visible pores. If so, choose mattifying primer. If there's little to no shine or visible pores, but you do see light freckling, tinted primer SPF 30. Little to no shine or visible pores, face primer is a great option. Moving down to the chin area, you may see shine, congestion, or blackheads. Mattifying primer is going to be a great option. Little to no shine or visible pores, either tinted primer SPF 30 or face primer. If there are expression lines around the mouth, either face primer or a great option is under eye primer. For the cheeks, you may see some visible pores, some light shine, maybe acne scarring. Mattifying primer. If there's little to no shine or pores, but there is some freckling or hyperpigmentation, tinted primer SPF 30. If there's no shine, but there's a little uneven texture, you can see some expression lines, face primer. And then ending at the eyes, for any level oil production, any shadow application, because it's so lightweight and versatile, shadow primer is going to be the perfect choice. If there's dryness, expression lines, especially on the outer corners, under eye primer is going to be a great choice. So generally speaking, as you're going through and really zeroing in, you can see that more than likely you won't ever choose one primer. You may. More than likely it's going to be 2, at least, if not 3. I think one of the greatest things of our signature block priming technique is that it allows our accounts to be experts. They have a system and a process to go through and analyze the skin, helping to customize product selection for each client that will help and ultimately deliver complexion perfection. Intro package for primer expansion. The client will purchase 10 of each, mattifying primer and shadow primer. In this intro package, they're receiving retail items, 2 of each, as well as 1 tester of each, 30 sample brochures, and 1 plexi insert, all for free. The price point is $270, and it's a 41% savings. Client will purchase 6 of each mattifying primer and shadow primer. They'll receive 1 tester of each, 15 sample brochures, and 1 plexi insert for free. The price point is $162. It's a 23% savings. The merchandising and launch support items for the primer expansion are huge assets in order to introduce and help promote sell-through of these 2 new items. The double-sided primer plexi insert helps to describe how priming is now personalized and then highlights mattifying primer and shadow primer. The primer sample brochure goes 1 step further. It highlights the importance of priming in general, then talks about our 2 newest products, as well as tinted primer SPF 30. It includes a sample packet of mattifying primer and also a cheat sheet for Glow's signature block priming technique. The sample brochures are available in both intro packages, and an additional quantity will be available for order while supplies last.